Exactly. Okay.
Okay, are you going?
Yeah. Okay. Question 1. Do you feel that all types of bullying are dealt with by teachers and administration? So example would be cyberbullying.
Definitely not. Like the teachers cannot have access to students usually when they're outside of school, so they can't really prevent it.
Right, but then there's a debate on whether like the teachers should be responsible for students outside of school, because cyberbullying is obviously outside of school, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that in other ways, like bullying, I don't think it's reported enough to be dealt with teachers.
Right, I agree. I think the main problem here is to raise awareness about bullying, because I'm not very aware of much bullying going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a problem with awareness, not necessarily of teacher involvement.
Right.
Okay, that's good. All right, question 2. Do you feel that students, teachers, and other administration help you feel accepted and included in your school community? If so, please provide an example.
Yeah, pretty much. They give you enough opportunities in clubs and in the classroom in order to feel like you're really involved with it deeply.
That's right, and there are a lot of teachers who are very passionate about their job.
Yeah, but we might be biased because
Yeah.
most of us are in the IB
That's
program, so
That's
you might want to get a perspective.
We love our teachers.
Who do you think is responsible? Oh, do you have anything else to say?
No,
Okay. Do you feel that you have an inclusive school environment? If so, what can be done to make it more inclusive for people who don't feel inclusive?
Well, I know student council is doing a lot of stuff, running a lot of events to try to make everything more inclusive, like the dance coming up. And
Yeah.
it can be pretty sick, so yeah, that's, I don't know.
I think, oh, sorry.
No, I think the school is inclusive, but it's just sometimes people don't take advantage of the opportunities that are given to them.
Like, I think clubs and such really promote that, but I don't think we are promoting that enough. I mean,
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
On a personal level, we have
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
like
announcements and
even
stuff,
even though to people who do actually get, we tell like by word that okay, you can join this, you can do that, blah blah blah. I still don't think that people do take
Yeah,
advantage
it's the
of it.
initiative factor, and also I think there are a few things like Bateman is like specifically we have IB and all the different types of like streams,
Yeah,
right? So
streams,
then we have like academic, we have applied, and then essential. Then we have the center, and I think that makes our community more diverse. But I think in also that way it's a little bit more secular. And I also think that periods, like different period lunches, would kind of make that even more difficult.
Who do you think is responsible for making an inclusive and equitable school environment? Or who has the greatest impact?
Everyone.
I think the idea that like sometimes you can just talk to Heffernan about starting up a club or something, or about doing something, I think that's a really good thing, that you can just need to talk to someone and start talking about your ideas.
Yeah, and he's very enthusiastic about that.
Yeah.
So too.
Heffernan, the principal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Let's see. Do you feel that your curriculum reflects Canada's diversity, or do you feel that it is accessible and relevant only to a particular group of people, whether it be race, gender, ability, sexuality, culture, religion? Like, do you feel the curriculum reflects all of the cultural, like, the diversity of Canada, or do you feel it's not so?
It sounds like TOK.
I mean, the only subject I might kind of investigate into that would be history, social sciences and such.
I think though, like it's kind of biased in a way because in like history, we only look at that like kind of more Western society. We don't really study the other like Eastern society.
Well, we're studying Russians right now.
We are, but we're not really going into. That's true, I guess.
Well, in the perspective of
Yeah.
Canada. But I think
Yeah.
the question means like diversity of
Canada,
Canada, so like
yeah,
not like
yeah.
on an international level, but like
That's
I
true.
think still in that case
Yeah.
we're looking at it from like the European immigrant point of view.
Yeah,
We do try to concentrate on like Aboriginals and stuff, but in essence still.
The thing is, we're in the IB program, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily
Yeah,
reflective of the Ontario curriculum.
Right.
It's an international curriculum, right? So I think our course that we're taking, it's not really racially specific.
But I think also like English teachers are really like enthusiastic about English, Canadian authors and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll help a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Gina, are you an IB?
Partially.
Okay, never mind. Okay. Do you feel that your school and its resources are accessible to all students? Like, are there methods for people like who have the physical disabilities to travel throughout the school? And are there resources for students with mental and learning disabilities?
I think our school is really good with that. Actually.
Yeah, we have the center.
Yeah, we're like dead on with that.
Yeah.
We're doing it right?
Yeah, we're dead
Yeah.
on, dead on, dead
Pretty
on.
good, yeah.
Dead on, dead on.
Dead on. Okay. Have you been made aware of the issue of mental health? One second. Have you been made aware of the issue of mental health within your school community through curriculum, discussions, awareness campaigns, or school clubs? If not, what can be done to increase awareness?
So, right. Like we are aware that there are those kind of like centers at different levels, but like different parts of schools that focus on those areas, but
There's nothing been done specifically.
no,
Right?
we never had discussions. We never.
Well, we've had some discussions like on a side, like if a teacher finds that interesting, right? But
Yeah.
I don't think that we're actually, it's been, I guess, introduced to us very formally.
Yeah, like I think sometimes when you're in like a club, somebody usually comes up and then they approach you with some sort of idea
Right.
about some sort of like anything, and then I think that's the greatest way we learn. But I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, it's not really in our curriculum, right?
Yeah.
It's not really ingrained into what we're supposed to be learning. Is there anything we can do to like change that? Like to probably.
Well, it depends on how much you value it as an issue, right?
Yeah.
Because, of course, there are hospitals that would promote whatever. Like, there's also like that would, for their patients, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then I don't know if as a school, it's our responsibility to make that aware. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I get it.
I think it partly is. I mean, one of the like the mental disabilities are one of the reasons. I'm not really aware of this, but it could be a reason for bullying, and like more awareness of it might bring more
But I
acceptance to
think
it.
when you're dealing with abatement, I don't think we have that sort of bullying issue.
Right. That's what.
That-
Yeah, I'm not quite aware of it, but
Yeah.
there could be.
Like, yeah, even though
Yeah.
the awareness isn't there, I don't think the bullying that happens
Yeah,
at
that's true.
abatement is associated with that particular thing.
Okay. How can students work with their teachers and principals to ensure the school environment is inclusive? So how can we work with the teachers to ensure that the whole environment, like school environment, is inclusive to everyone?
I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I really think they're doing a good job.
Yeah, like we can just come up to them and talk about anything. They're really nice, they're friendly, and like if you want to start a club, you can just ask any teacher, and they'll come jump right on board. So
Yeah.
They're really enthusiastic about anything.
Yeah.
But I think if anything can be done, like it's just more promotion of clubs, because in clubs you get to meet more people that have similar
That's
interests.
right.
And with friends, like more friends would mean that less bullying.
Like
essentially.
even if you approach a teacher with one idea and then they don't think they would be the best leader for it, like they direct you to other teachers that
They
would help
source,
you.
yeah.
As a better source. Like if you talk to a math teacher about some sort of English issue just by accident, they'll direct you to and then they'll direct. Yeah, they tell you which teacher you should see specifically. I think it's a really good environment, teacher student environment.
Yeah. Halden's good in that way. Okay. Okay, we're almost done here. What is one word from each of you that describes how Ontario can make its education system more equitable and inclusive for all its students? Okay, I'll try it again. One word that describes how Ontario can make its education system more inclusive to all students. Yeah. It's hard for us again because like our school specifically is really good in that matter, right?
I don't mind.
But first, like imagine a school that's not so inclusive to all students. Like imagine, like urban Toronto, that place. Yeah, Julie, that's one word.
Attention.
Attention.
So giving attention to students, and because I also feel that sometimes teachers, like not necessarily the teachers that I have right now, but teachers might not pick some students. And I think in that way, even though the teachers don't know because the students don't confront them about it, the students don't feel as valued because
Right.
of their ideas being put down. I think that confidence from teachers would really boost the students' confidence in themselves.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna say community because I think that's the main goal of any institution like a school, right? I think we have a good sense of community in our school, right? Our
Yeah.
teachers, between students, between teachers and students. I think you just have to have a sense of being included, being in the know, and I think we have that here. So community.
I was gonna say community. Another word, I guess, would be awareness. I mean, the people who,
Which is like attention.
right, attention and stuff.
I don't
But
really
no,
like
not in the
this
sense of like awareness of the teachers, but rather like the people, like the student body themselves. I mean, a lot of things are just like lack of understanding of each other. I think awareness, more education on that part would drastically decrease any kind of like discrimination or bullying.
Probably would just say, I'll probably go with Julie, because she hit the nail right on the head with that one. But yeah, I think I never thought of it, but I think Julie did a good job of explaining it.
Attention, man.
Yes.
What about me?
What about me?
You guys agree with you, so I
agree with all of you
it's
guys.
2 and 2.
I don't really like,
Especially
to be honest, I don't really like the question of defining it into one word.
But I think that still could capture the essence of like what we could do as a society, because like these words are really similar.
Yeah.
They're very connected.
Community, attention, awareness.
Attention and
I would say
awareness.
the community.
All right, let's move on. Okay, what is one word that describes a safe school environment?
Well, I think we can choose the same word, honestly, community, right?
Yeah.
It's like being
Friends.
yeah.
Hey, wait.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Friends.
Feeling safe, depending on each other.
So much love. Let's capture this. Hamilton board swag. Not Hamilton. Halden. Okay. So it's basically the same thing, right? Community, friends, up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Briefly. So let's say like 15 words. How can students create their school environment? Oh, it's a bad question. Briefly, how can students make their school environment equitable? How can students, specifically us? Equitable, inclusive, that whole thing.
Become more respecting and outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
Because outgoing, you can create confidence, you can influence other people, you can have more spirit, more pride in your school. And what was the other thing I said? Respectful, right? That means that you're going to be respecting like everybody around you.
Yeah.
That creates really good bonds in community.
I think for some people it's all about risk taking too, because they haven't been in this environment maybe before with this many people, right? You just have to take the jump, and then learn to trust, learn to become part of the community, right? And then it's once you get that going, it's just like a snowball.
Yeah, I think it really just try to inspire as many students in order to, if you really know someone but they just don't bring themselves forward, really try to help your friends or whoever it is to really just go for what it is they're doing, especially if you already do it, and just stand by what it is that you believe in and what it is that you're doing. Even if you don't agree with somebody's idea or what it is that's being proposed in the club, for example, just stand by that idea and really help promote it and help the school really feel the essence of it.
So in essence, like be confident.
Yeah.
You can agree on that.
Yeah.
Confidence is key.
Confidence is key.
Confidence is swag.
All right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's it. Halden board. Just say Halden board is best.
All the words last.
Yeah, okay.